Hi, g'day scrappers. I've still got my fuzzy camera, but hopefully it comes in a mail any day. So just got to bear with me until I get that new camera. Yeah, today I'm just going to be dropping off or getting picked up some eWaste. Just going to be selling off some circuit boards that I've accumulated. And here, this cage here is mid-grade boards. It's actually, because most mid-grade boards are quite small, it's actually very heavy, this cage. Be interesting to see how much this one weighs. But yeah, so getting rid of mid-grade today. Thought I'd take you along for the ride. Got a full cage of motherboards here. Actually, I got two. So we've got quite a bit of motherboards stocked up. And so yeah, it'd be good to get rid of them and cash up a little bit. Also just got half a cage of power supply units. Just the junky ones, and I just cut the cords off and sell them like that. It's a lot easier than, I just don't have time to scrap out each individual ones just to get the power boards out. Not much value in there anyway, you know. So but yeah, and what else I got? I got a wheelie bin full of server boards and laptop boards. You know, these laptop boards don't have much value because they've only got the silicon chip here. So yeah, can't get much value out of these ones anyway. So better off selling motherboards, and also got server and stuff in there. Oh, that's just power boards stuff. Got a whole lot of hard drives going out too. I reckon there's close to half a ton again. They build up pretty quick, hard drives, and especially if you're doing PCs where there's you know, 2 or 3 in there, and or servers where there's can be, you know, 8, 10, 12 hard drives in one server. So it doesn't take long for the hard drives to fill up. And so putting them in milk crates is the only way that I can work out how to do it. But this time I'm just going to leave the milk crates there, and I'm going to put them into cages next time round. And just got another wheelie bin, or 2 wheelie bins of power boards. Yeah, so 3 wheelie bins of power boards, one of server and laptop boards, about close to half a ton of hard drives. Just junky ones. There'll be a bit of, you know, well, there's half a cage of power units. So I'm just waiting for the truck to come, and hopefully they come today, if not tomorrow morning, and they'll come and load it up and take it away, and I'll just follow them with, I'll put the hard drives probably in the van, and that way I can I'll get down there, and I'll be there while they weigh everything up and get the invoice and all that. So we'll work out how much money I can get from this load. But yeah, so as I said, when I depopulate boards, it's mostly very high-end boards or low-end boards, like some mid-grade boards that, like, see here, that's okay, a mid-grade board, but it's only got one tiny little flat pack there, and there's nothing there for me to get any value out of. So better off just selling them as they are. And so I reckon about half of my boards I depopulate completely, so you don't see them here at all, and then the other half come in here. And same depending on the slot card. Yeah, usually I'll take off the gold finger, and that's it, and then just throw them in as mid-grade boards. Yeah, and that's how, if they got really good board, if it's a really good board, sure, I'll depopulate it completely and just throw the rest in scrap metal. But here, you know, okay, we've got 2 nice BGA chips here. They're only this tiny little memory ones. But it's the main chip, and yeah, these silicon chips aren't worth it for me, you know, or for, you know, gold recovery or anything like that. So better off selling, and instead of, you know, like, you know, filling up this cage. This cage would take, you know, months to depopulate, and yeah, and I just can't see the value in here. Like here, you know, I leave these little cards in here unless they're 2 gigabytes and above. So yeah, there's not much here. The only thing I can see here I forgot to take out was the battery. Okay, see that little battery? They don't accept batteries, so you know, you can't try and remove them if you see them. Sometimes, you know, you miss them, but on motherboards especially, you want to really make sure you get rid of every one. And it's pretty simple. When you remove a motherboard out of a PC, first thing I do is I pop out the battery, and that, you know, and it's done. There's you know, then it guarantees that there's definitely going to be no batteries in the whole batch. But so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get a bit of a decent payout this week. Cage of mid-grade, 2 cages of motherboards, half a cage of power supply units, server boards, got 3 wheelie bins of low-grade power boards, and yeah, a whole bunch of milk crates. What are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. There'll be 16 milk crates full of hard drives. So each hard drive is, each milk crate gets about 33 kilos. So yeah, definitely a half a ton there. All right, guys. Well, wish me luck, and let's wait for the truck to come. Oh, and that's another thing, is that it's the reason why I've done it like this and getting the cages and putting them in. Because as you can imagine, all these motherboards stacked up loosely, having to load them into the van, and then taking them there, unloading them and getting them weighed up. It's just so much work. It's so messy. Cuts your hands up and everything. So as I scrap out a PC, I put the motherboard in there, and I don't have to touch them again. They come and pick them up, take them away, put them on the scales. Really easy. And especially mid-grade boards as well, because there's, you know, I'd have, you know, 4 or 5 wheelie bins full of mid-grade boards if I didn't do it like that. And it would just, so it's just a lot easier once it comes to selling. Bang, they come with the trolley jack, put it onto the truck, and it's just so simple. And, you know, it saves me a day worth of work anyway. Okay, the truck's here. Got my wheelie bins ready to go.
Did you hear?
So
I used to deal with Naomi.
Yeah.
Ended up taking 4.8 ton of hard drives from them, or something, just before Christmas, or just after Christmas.
well, they're paying half of what you pay.
One from refineries, and I said, you know, we'll take chrome moly ones.
Yep.
It's all different ones. Will have platinum, palladium in them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she was saying to me it was like they recovered it or something from eWaste, and I'm thinking, well, shit.
Recovery.
Okay.
But not precious metal or anything.
Right.
Just.
Okay. 3 cages. Let's do it.
1.2 each.
Yep.
16.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. There we go. Well, I estimated 500 kilos, and less the crates. Pretty close. Check these out. Temp Tail Sensitech. Well, they still work. Wonder what's inside them. Need a screwdriver. Wow, there's a lot. And tag alert. Wow. eWaste comes in all kinds of interesting. Hey, yeah, that's what the larger eWaste recyclers deal with. You know, all kinds. It's not just IT equipment and CRT televisions. They get anything that's electrical, and they'll get their value out of it. And you know, a lot of cases these just need to be recycled and destroyed usually. So that's why companies like this get them. Yeah, they just make sure that they you know, they get properly destroyed and recycled at the same time. Yeah. Wow, it's truckers. Wow. Wow. Wow, check that out. White ceramic with gold tops. Even got some nice gold fingers. Wow. How much do you want for that?
Sell it.
Hey?
I'm gonna sell it.
You're not? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, give me that one. I'd put that up on my wall. Wow. What are they? Boss Tech. Wow. Oh, a bit damaged, but yeah, I can see it was almost there. So, what would you do with that? You're going to just sell that?
No, well, we're starting to categorise a lot of our stuff. So, that's why.
Okay, well, I'm back from dropping off all that e-waste, and take back some of these milk crates because I don't need the milk crates anymore. So I'll just take them back to the store. I've got my empty cages back, and yeah, I only went for 3 empty cages this time. That's all I'm going to need because I want to speed up the turnover a little bit more. So all I'm going to do here, I'm only going to have 1 cage for motherboards, 1 cage for mid-grade, and this cage here is going to be split into 2. I'm going to have power supply units on one side and hard drives on the other, because as you saw, it was only a half a cage of power supply units. So if I just split it and just put power supply units on one side, that way I don't have to manually handle the hard drives in milk crates anymore. I'll just have them stacked in there, so that'll be much a much better way to do it, I think. And I've got 4 wheelie bins emptied, so that's good. I was running out of wheelie bins. All right, well, it turned out pretty good, and I got a little bonus. Check that out. I like these boards so much that he gave me one, so that's a bonus. Look at those fingers. Wow, and the silver tracing. And how's these IC chips? You can see them. NCR. I'm gonna look them up and just check them out, but they're beautiful. They got gold legs, gold top, they're ceramic, they look beautiful, but obviously I'm not going to go for gold recovery really on this. This board is just going to go into my collection as I've got a part number here I might look up, because I just want to see what it came out of, some kind of telecom equipment. But what have we got? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 32, 40, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 32. That's 72 gold cap IC chips. Wow. Even got looks like tantalum capacitors, the old style. The other side, it's a purple board. Really cool. Beautiful board. Oh, look at that. Can you see it? And there was, I think, I can't remember whether this was the, I think there was one that was even more. This might have been the mid-range one, but I'm not complaining. What a bonus. And what did I ended up? I got, we'll just come here into my little stand. So I ended up getting 482 kilos of hard drives. So I was very close to my half a ton estimate. 298 kilos of power supply units, and 69 kilos of server boards. They're server boards that I don't depopulate. 541 kilo of computer motherboards, so over half a ton this time. 260 kilos of mid-grade boards. That was that one cage of mid-grade, so that's okay, quarter of a ton in that one cage. And 178 kilos of low-grade boards that were in three wheelie bins. So all up, 1.8 tons of e-waste shipped out today. So, and payment for today, $4,444.86. So that's not a bad payout. Obviously, as you know, there's a lot of work to get that. Yeah, so 541 kilos of motherboards. 541 kilos, that equates to something like, 1,000 motherboards. So out of 1,000 computers, so there's no mucking around there. There's a lot of work involved. If you take into account each computer takes 10 to 15 minutes to scrap out if you do it slowly. There's a lot of hours there. And mid-grade board, well, that's scrapping out telephones and printers and all kinds of stuff, junky modems. The end payout seems like it's pretty good money. This was like probably 6 months worth of work, or maybe a bit less, but still a lot of work, and 1.8 tons. Now 1.8 tons of boards equates to probably about, I would have probably processed 50 tons of e-waste just to get that 1.8 tons of commodities. So, you know, it's a lot of tonnage. You know, obviously a lot of that 50 tons would have been scrap steel, you know, and that's sold on a pretty much on a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis. So there you go. And well, what a little bonus. I mean, you know, obviously there are boards that are even better than this, but, you know, geez, I mean, this would have went in as gold recovery or precious metal recovery. And so now that I've got it, I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to put this to my personal collection. You know, it's just one of those boards that are nice to have up on the wall. You know, sure, there'd be some nice gold in there, but yeah, I don't want the gold out of these boards because I'll never get one of these again. So yeah, it's the sort of thing you want to keep. Even look at those fingers, you know, going right along. You know, that's a pretty awesome board. Wow, fantastic. All right, guys, hope that was a little bit of fun for you. Not a great deal. Almost starting to run out of video subjects because I think I've just about scrapped everything different. There's no point in me scrapping the same, you know, just PCs over and over. You know, once you've done a few PCs, it's all pretty much the same stuff, you know, same as servers. The only different thing is laptops. Laptops are, you know, pretty interesting, so I might start scrapping out a few laptops in the future. And just waiting for the hard rubbish season to start, and that's going to give me a lot more interesting videos to do. And towards the end of the year, I'm going to go on a bit of a scrapping trip overseas, and that might come, you know, I might get a few good interesting videos out of that too, hopefully. Yeah, so there you go, $4,444. That money, you know, most of that money is going to go towards my overseas trip, so I'm going to buy some buy myself a plane ticket, and yeah. Alright guys, well, have fun, and I'll catch you next time.